What if I told you I could help explain the sports industry and the movie industry and how you fit into each of them? If your answer is a mix of confusion and excitement, then this is a place for you. I'm Naaman, and this is...
Yes, out of eyes trying to put me on a t-shirt. Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt?
Starting off, I want to talk about the major players in each industry. In the sports industry, you have the associations that are comprised of teams and clubs like the NFL, MLB, MLS, and NCAA. All competing for stature, power, revenue, and championships in their respective sports. In the movie industry, you have studios that are trying to create content that will get a buzz and create a fan base that will watch their content consistently.
For both these industries, they lead into different segments, like media, marketing, and tourism, as seen with the new Avengers campus and the more widely known Disney World. With these parks making up nearly a quarter of Disney's revenue in a pandemic year, you can see just how incredibly valuable the other segments of the industry can be. For example, you have goods and apparel like Funko Pops, posters, and clothing items that can sometimes be more valuable than the original source material it comes from. Now, moving on to a key difference for each industry, content. The content in the sports industry is pretty straightforward. The fans know what they're getting, but the intrigue comes from the you don't know what's going to happen next, the IRL aspect of it, and the passion that each fan base has for their team, and the rivalries that creates, and the bonds that you create with a team. That's what translates for the sports industry. That's what translates to money for the sports industry. The biggest problem facing the sports industry is probably the players figuring out how valuable they are, because they are the ones that provide the content. Like a LeBron, he understands he's more valuable than what he's getting paid right now because he brings in so much for the league. For the movie industry, they will try to create buzz for their content so that they can push it out to the masses, and they have people that consistently want to watch their content day in and day out whenever they drop it. And the biggest struggle in Hollywood right now is content. People vying for content for their streaming services and to keep people's attention on them. There's so much stuff out there for people to watch. Why would they watch something new if they're just not interested, if they're not captivated from the beginning? They could go watch any Marvel movie, they could go watch any Rush Hour movie, they could go watch any Aliens movie, like they could go do what they, why watch you? That's the biggest problem facing the movie industry. Connection between these two huge industries would be the consumer or fan experience. The feeling the content gives the fan usually determines how valuable it is and how likely they are to go into the other segments of the industry, such as tourism, merchandise, and independent use. And the biggest connection between these two huge industries would be the fact that both of them fall under the entertainment industry. In the entertainment industry, you get value from being able to provide people either something to do or something to watch.
So you can see why the movie industry is constantly trying to scratch that next itch for their fans and trying to constantly create that buzz for their content. And you can see why the NFL is constantly changing rules and trying to evolve so the fans' attention is grabbed and they're captivated from beginning to end. Because without that, without the consumer or fan experience, the industry wouldn't thrive and it wouldn't be where it is today. To close out, I'll be talking about the future of the sports and movie industries. For sports, I think I can safely say by the end of 2021, sports will be somewhat back to normal, especially after the associations have thrived in attendance and profit after having full capacity for certain cities and teams. Similarly to the sports industry, the movie industry is experiencing a rapid growth in box office due to a rapid increase in fan attendance in theaters. This is large part because of the decrease in COVID cases in the United States. But there is still a big chunk of consumers that have grown accustomed to watching content at home and still prefer this way of consuming content rather than the theater experience. And this will force major movie studios to have consistent content on their streaming services while also supplying movie theaters with blockbusters like Disney plans to do with their content in 2021 and beyond. If you found this video informative in any type of way or valuable in any type of way, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Yes, out of eyes trying to put me on a t-shirt. Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt? Yeah, I'm counting paper.